Are you in search of a way to boost your user activation for your SaaS business? Are you looking at understanding what user activation even is? So don't worry, you've landed in the right spot. Over the next 10 minutes or so, we're going to share some tips and strategies on how you can improve user activation for your business in the SaaS industry. Hey, so welcome back to the channel. Let's dive deeper into the heart of what can set your SaaS business apart, user activation. Now, you might be wondering what's so special about user activation. Well, think of it as a magic switch that turns a casual user into a committed one. The impact, well, it can dramatically reduce your churn and skyrocket customer retention and ultimately your revenue. And who is the conversation for? Well, if you're a SaaS founder, SEO manager, or anyone in tech arena looking to make an impactful difference with your offering, this is for you. And who am I? I'm Perry, the founder of Madx Digital, a SEO agency specifically for SaaS and B2B tech companies. And why should you listen to me? Well, because we've been in the trenches, we've fought the SEO battles, and have emerged with wins that have scaled organic lead acquisition for many, many businesses. Just check out our case studies over at madx.digital/case studies. These stories from the field demonstrate the kind of results that we look to achieve for our clients. And hey, if you're finding this information useful, please go ahead and smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. This way you won't miss out on any of our in-depth guides for the SaaS SEO and SaaS marketing world. Before we dive into the mechanics of user activation, let's first define what it even is. In the context of SaaS, user activation is when your users achieve that aha moment, where they recognize the value of your service and make that crucial transition from a casual user to a very engaged user. Remember, user activation is the backbone for SaaS growth. And why is that? It's because when you see the value of a service and start actively using it over and over again, your customer retention will shoot up. And guess what? High customer retentions translate more consistent revenue and faster business growth. Moreover, user activation is a critical metric to gauge product engagement and user interaction. By tracking and improving it, you're not just going to get users to sign up, but you're going to get them interested in your user's service and ultimately turn into loyal, long-time customers that pay for your service. Okay, so how can we improve user activation? Well, the first step is mapping out the journey of user activation within your business. This roadmap will give you a clear idea of what steps your users take to get to the aha moment. Understanding the user journey is not just a nice to have, it's an absolute must for any business in the SaaS world. That's really serious about growth, you need to know it. The user journey will help you visualize how a user progresses through the initial sign up to becoming a fully engaged user. All right, so let's kick off with the first thing, which is user onboarding. This is the first experience that your users have that interact with your platform, and that first impression counts. Imagine walking into a restaurant where no one greets you, or shows you to a table, or even offers you a menu. Chances are you're going to feel extremely lost and you're not going to be staying for very long. The same principles apply with your tech platform and your business. A streamlined onboarding process lays the foundation for future engagements. So how do we ensure we make that warm welcome? Well, tutorials, tooltips, guides are your new best friends in this scenario. They should be intuitive, easy to understand, and most importantly, they should guide your users towards achieving that first win or aha moment on your platform. Remember, your goal during onboarding is not to show off every single feature that you've got. It's about helping new users understand how to get started on your platform and get them to their initial benefit that they're going to find value in. Once you've got users into their first footing of your product, it's time to introduce them to your platform's key features and expand their understanding. This step is all about spotlighting the functionalities that make your software stand out versus your competition. Remember, your users are not here for a tour every nook and cranny of your platform. They want to understand how your software is going to solve their problems. So ensure that your key features are demonstrated clearly and effectively. The tricky part here is to strike the right balance. On one hand, you want to show, you don't want to overwhelm your users with too many features at once. And on the other hand, you don't want to underwhelm them by not showcasing enough depth in your platform. So prioritize the features that provide immediate value for your users, the ones that directly align with your users' goals. Once they see that your platform as a tool for solving their problems, you've taken a giant leap in that activation journey. Now we're heading into one of the most exciting landmarks in the user journey, the first significant action. This is where your user takes their first real step in your software. It's almost like a eureka moment where they realize the true value that your platform can bring to their lives. Why is this eureka or aha moment so critical? Well, it's the first time that your user experiences the core value of your product. And once they see that value, that's going to be much more likely to stick around and become loyal, engaged users. The first significant action obviously varies for every platform. It could be creating your first project, sending a first email, or even integrating with a third-party tool. What it looks like for your platform is directly tied to your users' goals and your product's value proposition. So identify that action and make sure it's as smooth as possible and satisfying for your user to get to that point as possible. It's the major turning point in their journey towards becoming activated users. Okay, so another important part of this user journey is continued use. It's one thing to get your users to experience that aha moment, but it's another challenge altogether to keep them coming back to your platform consistently and not dropping off or churning. This is where the real habit building begins. Continued use is all about turning your software into a central part of your users' daily routine. So how do we achieve this? Well, strategies like push notifications, email reminders, or personalized messages can be really effective in nudging your users to return to the platform. Don't underestimate the power of this consistency. Every return visit strengthens the user's connection with your product and brings you one step closer to creating a long-term customer loyalty. So make sure to create a strategy that encourages frequent interaction with your platform. Remember, it's not about pestering your users, but about reminding them of the value of your software that brings to their lives. Some people used to do gamification. That's what one of these gamifications used to do. It was used to bring people back in. Okay, so now we've arrived at the activation point. This is the pivotal moment when a user achieves their primary goal in using your software. It's the summit of the journey where the user transitions from a casual user to an active participant. Identifying this stage is crucial because once your users reach this point, they are far more likely to continue paying to use your product. It's like crossing a bridge. Once they're on the other side, they're invested, they're engaged, and they're ready to explore more about what the platform has to offer and are more willing to pay for that. So how do we help users reach this stage? So clear user paths, milestone rewards, personalized support can all facilitate this process. The goal is making achieving this primary goal as easy and rewarding as possible. Because once a user activates, they're not just a user anymore. They're a fan, they're a supporter, they're a brand ambassador. And that is the real power of user activation. Understanding the whole user journey is just one thing, but taking actionable steps so that you can improve it, that's where you're going to see the biggest benefits. Let's not forget, the aim here is to convert casual users into engaged, active participants. To do that, we're going to discuss 4 key strategies: personalization, onboarding, communication, and continuous improvement. I love continuous improvement. We talk about it all the time. By the end of this section, we'll try and have a good understanding of how to implement these kind of strategies to supercharge your user activation process. So let's get started. Today, it's not enough to offer a one-size-fits-all experience. To truly engage your users, you need to tailor your software to their individual needs. Consider personalizing all aspects of the user journey, from the onboarding process to the user interface and communication strategies. The aim is to match their unique preferences and make them feel that your software is truly theirs. Use insights about your users' behavior, preferences, and goals to inform your personalization efforts. Because remember, personalization isn't guesswork. It's about meeting your user where they are and provide tailored experiences that cater to their needs. The onboarding process, if you can really well orchestrate this, can set the stage for the entire user journey, right from the moment they sign up to the fully activated user. A good onboarding experience is simple, intuitive, and goal-orientated. It should guide your users towards valuable actions without overwhelming them with information. Think of it as a tour guide that shows them in highlights and gives them tools to explore on their own. So really take a hard look at your onboarding process. It's something we've talked about in this video already. Is it streamlined? Is it guiding your users toward those key actions that lead to activation? If not, it might be time for a revamp. Clear, proactive communication is the pillar of user activation. It's how we guide our users, solve their problems, and enrich their experience with our products. Consider all the channels you have at your disposal, from email, in-app messaging, push notifications, direct chat support, even your social media. Each one represents an opportunity to connect with your user, to engage them and guide them towards the aha activation moments that we're aiming for. Effective communication isn't just about solving problems. It's also about education. It's about showcasing the capabilities of your product, making sure that your users understand how to use it, and most importantly, how it can add value to their lives. So when it comes to user activation, your aim should be to foster an environment of continuous learning, improvement, and optimization. How do we achieve this for user activations? Well, it all starts with user feedback and data. Make sure you're collecting it, analyze it, understand it. What are your users saying? What do their actions reveal about their experiences? These insights are the fuel that drives that improvement. Use these insights to make data-driven decisions, improve your onboarding experience, refine your communication strategies, and enhance personalizations. Remember, every tweak, every change is a step towards optimizing your activation process. In the end, it's all about creating a better user experience. And when you commit to continuous improvement, you're not only boosting user activation, you're also enhancing user satisfaction. And that's a win for both your users and your business. So we've unpacked a few complexities of the world of user activation in the business of the SaaS world. We went through a 5-step user journey from user onboarding all the way to activation. Then we explored a few strategies about how you might be able to improve your journey and some things to maybe avoid. Now, it's up to you to put all these insights into work for your business. Remember, user activation is a marathon, not a sprint. It really requires continuous effort, optimizations over a long period of time. At Maddex, we're here to help you along the journey. So if you need some guidance, drop a message or go to our website. And if you're looking for some personalized strategies for your business, don't hesitate to get in touch. And again, if you found this content useful and you've stuck out this far, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, check out our related content around email marketing and other things that you'll find useful, and share this video with others who you think might benefit. I really hope you found this video informative and you've been able to get some actions out of this. It's been a pleasure sharing these insights with you, and please leave some comments if you have some questions.